This time I am recording with my headset, so I hope it works. But, today I'm going to talk about something. Today I watched the video of Resobaso returning to LPing, and I am very happy for that. He's one of the people who inspired me to LP in the first place. I mean, I sat and watched all the way through his Legend of Dragoon LP, and I loved it. I've been watching his newest stuff. Awesome. Especially a Cybertron one, which is partially filled with fail on his part, but I blame that on the game mechanics. Anyway, not the point. The point being, he's not the only... I sat and I talked about... Well, I didn't... I talked about this with myself, basically. Debated with myself before sharing this. I sat and watched his returning video, as well as a video that related to it that he put up a long time ago. And I can honestly tell that him and I share the same vision, as it were. I started LPing because of people like him and things like that. I wanted to join the LP community, but for varying different reasons. LPers, be it Nintendo Caprisan, Resobaso, Mage Knight 404, Halloween even Sulfur Methionine. All of us that do this, we're here sharing games with you guys because we want to, because we like the game. Okay? We do it because we want to share it with you. However, some of us, like Resobaso, and Resobaso had his own goal, and I'm going to share with you what my ulterior motive is, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's not evil. It's just me. My ulterior motive is, throughout my entire life, I've been the kind of person who I like to bridge gaps. I like to bridge gaps between all sorts of people, conflicting groups, basically. I like to be the speaker of balance, while still being, energetic, while still being me. So as an LPer, what I wanted to do is I wanted to bridge the gap between the casual gamer and the hardcore gamer, and the modern gamer and the retro gamer, and all of these different things, like the PC gamer and the console gamer. My entire point for being here is I want to share these games with you, but I also want to be able to bind us together as, even if I'm just a nobody, even if I can just get a small fraction of people all on the same page, even people who are non-gamers, if they're interested in just watching these and seeing how I deal with things, that's great. But it's one of those things where I feel like gamers as a whole divide against each other. If you're not a hardcore gamer, then you're a complete wuss. But if you're a hardcore gamer, you're a complete freak. That's pretty much the opposite sides of that one. Retro gamer. Oh, you're stuck in the old ages. That's to the modern that's the modern gamer to the retro gamer. Now the retro gamer to the modern gamer goes, you're playing games that I could do in my sleep, because they have no challenge, they're empty, there's no real... The only accomplishment you get from this is those trophies that mean very little. There are some games that are good in the modern realm that retro gamers tend to enjoy, but they prefer the back in the day when gameplay actually meant something instead of it looking as pretty as possible. Now, I'm all for gameplay and story taking place over appearance, but I'm also all for games looking pretty. So if a game doesn't look any good at all, I try and rely on the gameplay, and if the gameplay is garbage, I try and partially defend it to people for appearance. And it's one of those things where it's like, that's my goal. I feel like if, as an entire community, if gamers on the whole could, or just nerds on the whole, in general, even anime nerds that like anime games, if we could all bind together into one finely meshed group, into one, almost like a society of some sort, like the Justice Society. No, I'm kidding. But that's sort of my dream, even if I could just play a tiny role in that by pointing people to people who are bigger and better than me. If I can do that at all, then I feel accomplished. I feel like so many gamers isolate themselves or just interact with people over the internet. Whoa. And I have nothing against people over the internet, as it were, making friends that way. I mean, I'm trying to make friends with sulfurmethionine, and I feel like I'm getting a good, nice back and forth. And even you, Super Robot Saul, or should I just call you Saul? No, I don't quite feel right with that, because I don't know you well enough. I feel the same way about sulfur, but it's one of those things where it's like, the internet is an interconnectivity. It's sharing of information. Now, sharing of information could also mean that you make friends that way. However, there's more to gaming than just gaming by yourself, and I feel like a lot of people who are like PC gamers and things like that, they depend so much on hiding behind the screen that they don't really come forward. That's why I do these when I do journals. I show my face, I show who I am, because I don't hide behind the screen. Who I am when I LP, that's me. That's me being honest, and what I actually... I'll admit, I know I'm not the only person to do this, because I've heard a few other LPers admit it in their videos, but when I'm sitting there and gaming, even without the camera running, I'm commenting to myself and going, wait, what? No, that's not possible, blah, blah, blah. So, sharing those experiences with people, it's like, no, that didn't just happen, or, yes, you got owned. All the successes and the failures, all of those things, that's me being me. That is me opening up, and that's me as a gamer. I feel like when people are gaming, they sort of expose who they are when it comes to interacting with other people, even if it's a single-player game. For example, Fable. Fable 1 was not multiplayer. But when you played through it, even if your friends were there, you got this interactivity, you got this back and forth. And that's the thing, I feel like everybody out in the world has some game of some sort they like to play, even if it's not a console game, even if it's like pen and paper, RPGs, D&D. I've got nothing against them, because it's that binds us. All of us want to have fun, all of us want to enjoy, all of us want to share that and be ourselves without really dropping our guards. Because in today's society, you really don't feel like exposing yourself, because you know somebody somewhere is going to mock you or something. Now, I don't fear that. I haven't feared that since the 4th grade, and I could open up and tell you my life story if I really wanted to. But it basically consists of, I got sick and tired of trying to prove myself to people by being myself and then getting hurt. So what I did is I put up a barrier, but the barrier I put up was more of a front of, I'm going to be myself, and you're not going to stop me. It was one of those things where the barrier, the protection I had, was literally to just be honest with myself. But being honest with myself is different than really what happened. Pretty much, it was more follow gut instinct as you go through, but still play the game. Watch people, learn. But what I learned by watching people is there's no such thing as social classes, there's no such thing as, oh, I like this, you like that. Even sports nuts have games for them and things like that. I mean, basically my entire point being, what I've always done throughout my life is I like to unite people. And even if I can unite people in not liking me because I'm a terrible LPer, or unite people in liking me because I'm just goofing off and having a good time, or unite people in criticizing me for not being informative or something like that, I don't care. I want to be some form of mild bonding force, and if I can be more than just what I have been, which is a nobody on the other side of a TV screen playing games most people haven't heard of and some people just don't care about, I don't care, so long as I have people that get together and sit and talk and interact at all, I'm happy with that. Because it means at least I'm making some change. That's why I push so hard to be out there, why I ask people, basically why I shamelessly advertise occasionally here and there, and why I'll do whatever it takes for views, because I don't care what I'm playing. I'm doing this for the fact that I'm sharing my experiences with you guys. So that's why I do this. That's why this is my hobby and why I love it, and why I only record when I'm in the mood to, or when I have the moment to. So it's like when I have the ability to and I don't feel the need, I won't do it. And if I don't have the ability to, but I feel the need, I will occasionally record things with no sound and then add some later or do post-commentary or something. And speaking of, I was expressed to by Sulfur Methionine that he doesn't care for the musical one. Fine, I won't use the musical. I will do post-commentary whenever I do a silent video. Whenever I don't have the time to do a legitimate recording with the game sound, I will do a silent video doing post-commentary, because I can't capture the audio in a direct... Actually, no, I could resort to that again. I do have one means by which I can get the game audio. It's not a pleasant thing, but it's something I can do. So I might do that whenever I do a video where I can't do commentary, and then I'll post commentary over that after I've processed it once. But, now you know my evil plan. Now you know why I LP. I do it for the sake that I'm sharing it with you people. So I beg, I plead, whenever I post a video, even if you don't have something much to say something. Interact with me and I'll interact with you. I make it a habit to try and respond to almost every comment. There are a select few that I don't know what to say to, so I don't respond, but, yeah. Also, Side Slick. As for your version of my ROM, I will be emailing it to you on the 31st. So that way, when school starts on the 1st, you have it. Because you said that's what you wanted for time wasting there. And I'm also going to repeat, as I did in my initial release video for it, it's not complete. Not by my standards and not really, but it's about as complete as I'm going to have it for now. I may come back and do a redo of fixing what I did wrong before, but just a lot of things went wrong when I went through it the first time, and I don't have the time nor the patience to fix them right now, or in the near future. But yeah, that's not what this is about, though. This is about me opening up, basically. Also, for you, Spencer Stalin person, I can't remember the numbers after your name. I've worked things out with Resobaso, so that way when his site is back up and running, and I will, in my first console recording for this channel, I will post a link to Reso walkthroughs, so that way you know where I'm going to be posting that for you. But the reason why I'm going to be doing that is I beat the game thinking, oh, I'm going to be able to trade with my Leaf Green and Emerald and things like that now, just to realize I still have to beat the Elite Four in those games before I can trade with it. So I thought, why not do another playthrough of it while I'm going through those other ones on my own time. So I'm going to be hosting it there. So I've finally worked things out with Resobaso, so as soon as I get everything I'm going to need to capture from a console, that's great. Also, another note for you guys, I'm going to start the upload for my 1-year anniversary LP at midnight tonight, or tomorrow morning, however you want to look at it. I'm going to try and start it at exactly midnight, so that way, sorry, I lost my words for a second there. So that way, by like 12:05, it should be uploaded, and then you can enjoy it. That way, it's like on the eve of my first LP. Yeah. So I also, like I said in another video, I also have Final Fantasy Duodecim replay vids lying around. I'm running low on time because of the recording limitations, but never lose your dreams and keep that gaming fire of yours burning no matter what it takes. Peace out.